Hello there, Capricorn. Welcome to your August / beginning of September astrology and tarot reading. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you this evening. Welcome to my channel, Spirit and I Incorporated. And before I get started on the oracle and the tarot portion of this reading this evening, I just wanted to go over a few astrological aspects that are happening for the balance of this week. I'm recording this in the wee hours of the morning of the 19th of August, and as of yesterday, as of the 18th, Mercury, the planet of communication, and Mars, the planet of action, were conjunct in Virgo. So, Mercury, communication, Mars, action. It would have been a great transit for communicating and taking action in any endeavors that are of interest to you, personally or professionally, especially professionally speaking. Very positive time. And bear in mind, those energies are filtering through into the 19th as well, which is today. As of the 19th, we've got Uranus going retrograde 14 degrees in Taurus. So wherever Uranus is in your natal birth chart, if you know how to obtain that, that will be the house. Wherever Uranus is sitting, that will be the house where an emphasis is being focused on. So because Taurus is a fixed sign, it's an earth sign, and Uranus is in Taurus at 14 degrees. And Uranus is a planet of revolution, sudden surprises, sometimes not so good, sometimes great, depending on how you use those energies and navigate through them. I always like to suggest to come from the highest place of spirituality as possible, which means elevating your consciousness, knowing that challenges that we have, on a day-to-day basis, however large or small they are, if we have the freedom to move and navigate through them, we can do so. It may not always be comfortable, but it is doable. And it's important to come from a positive frame of mind when you do that, because the energies one gives out is the energies one receives back. So this is a highly favorable week for positive energies, especially with that full moon happening in Aquarius here on the 22nd, which is this coming Saturday. That full moon is going to be conjunct the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet that transits throughout the solar system. It is turning retrograde in Aquarius as well, which means it's conjuncting that Aquarius full moon, which means it's highly, highly favorable, because Jupiter is the planet of they call it the benefic planet in astrology. So it can be a very, very abundantly prosperous and lucky time as long as you use those energies in a healthy, positive manner. So that's very, very important when utilizing the energies of Uranus as well, which is currently transiting in Taurus, because when you align yourself with the energies of Uranus, which is the planet of, big changes, sudden changes, when you align yourself with that, you're aligning yourself with the universe, and you're allowing to flow with it, not fight it. That's so important, and I wanted to emphasize that. So combining that, with the full moon in Aquarius forthcoming, and the energies of that will already be starting on the 20th, leading into the 22nd. So that's Friday through Saturday. Super time to reap the harvests of all that we've been working on and manifesting these last 3 weeks, and hopefully you Capricorns have doing that, being the strong earth signs that you are on a generic basis. So and we all have Capricorn somewhere in our natal birth chart, and I could certainly determine that for you and look that up for you if you chose to get a personal reading from me. If that's the case, I'd be happy to do that for you, and to provide also an astrology forecast for you as well. All that information you will find in the description portion of my About page. So moving forward, I just wanted to clarify that it's just a really incredible time for insight that can be gained with Uranus being retrograde in Taurus, and utilizing the planet of communication Mercury, the planet of action Mars in Virgo, where it is exalted, because Virgo is another earth sign, which is very much complementary to yours, Capricorn. and really beneficial for all of us zodiacs out there. So I'm hoping that these pieces of information will be of help to all of you. And now I'm going to commence with the oracle and tarot portion of this reading. I'm going to start with the oracle deck created by the beautiful Colette Baron Reed. All my decks are from her site. She's just a beautiful person and highly creative and incredibly spiritual and insightful, and a welcome guide in my life. So I hope that this reading resonates for a lot of you Capricorns out there. And if not, hopefully there will be other messages within this reading that most of you will identify with. And whatever isn't resonating, just leave it behind and take what is and make it work for you. Absolutely. So that all being said, let me lay out the three cards that I use for the recent past energies, the current energies, and the forthcoming energies. And let's get started, Capricorn. I hope that you're all doing well. And here we go. First card out, we have the Ghostlands. I don't know if you can see that very well because of the lighting, but the Ghostlands is the numerical number of 17 on the card, and in the science of numerology, 7 and 1 reduces to an 8, and 8 is very much in the science of numerology considered a number of tangible resources, money. It did come up in the reverse. So in your most recent energies, you've been concerned about some perhaps finances. I'm picking this up specifically regarding finances, not so much properties or investments, but particularly finances. So perhaps in your most recent energies, you've been concerned about some work that you're doing or a current job that you have that you're trying to transition out of, and a little bit concerned that in so doing that, you're not quite sure where you're going to land if you do that. But that's again just emphasizing that it's your most recent energies, thoughts you've had. Certainly all of this can be turned around for the better. And it's like I was saying earlier, navigating through energies that we find challenging to navigate positively through them is to come from a higher place of elevated consciousness, however you choose to obtain that for yourself, be it through prayer, meditation, yoga, a combination of the two, or another form of alternative healing. So a little bit of concerns there, and that's okay. We all have them. No worries, Capricorn. Moving forward, in your most current energies, we have flying. It's a beautiful, beautiful card of a Pegasus. Greek mythology. Do I have my words this evening? In Greek mythology, Pegasus was, of course, considered the flying horse, and this Pegasus is, created in a rainbow of colors, which have been beautifully gifted to it by the divine, and it's flying through the sky. In your current energies, it did come up in the reverse. I just wanted to hold it upright so you could see it. Hopefully you can see it clearly. But the numerical number on that card is the number 2, and 2 is when it reduces is considered in the science of numerology a number of change or choices. And it did come up in the reverse, as I mentioned just a moment ago. And so you're a little bit concerned about how you're going to fly, because it's being activated by those most recent energies that came up in the reverse, meaning Ghostlands, where the card says Ghostlands, and that just means you're unsure of the land that you're moving or wanting to fly into. It's playing, this card of flying is playing off of that, so you're just not quite sure, but you will know instinctively when the time is right to fly and move forward. And again, that will come through your own sense of finding clarity, preferably from a healthy, peaceful place. So whatever that means to you and however you obtain that, Capricorn, for yourself, I encourage you to do so, because you can turn this energy around. Absolutely. It's just been some challenging times, and you're not alone. We've all been going through them, believe me. Third card out, we have Details, Details. That's what this card represents. The numerical number on this card is a 43. It reduces to a 7, and 7 is a very spiritual number. And it did come up in the upright, which is very, very positive. It tells me that you're pushing through these energies of concern, of not quite sure which direction you want to go into or how, because you're concerned of your finances, because they've been challenging for you. And the way you're turning that around is by looking at some details that you've been dealing with or are about to deal with. You're educating yourself. You've got a lot of books in front of you. Could be that you're in school or you're doing that in addition to work, and you're juggling an awful lot, but you're being very mindful of the details. And that to me is very, very positive. And again, the 43 reduces to a 7. 7 is a highly spiritual number. You are being very much guided here in the details through a higher form of elevated spirit that is starting to flow through you. That is in your most forthcoming energies. And this is a really, really good time to harness in and hone in on those energies, Capricorn, because with that full moon coming up on Saturday on the 22nd, conjunct Jupiter, that's a time of harvest. In addition to 3, 4, 5 days after that. So really, really important to stay focused in spite of. Stay focused. Look at the details of whatever it is that you wish to move forward in, and take a first step, one step at a time. Now, to clarify these energies, I want to pull from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. I did shuffle these earlier, but I'm just going to give them an additional shuffle. What's coming up for Capricorn here regarding these ghostland energies in the most recent past? What is this about? Capricorn. Capricorn, you also have a lot of heavy activation with your planet Saturn this year. It's between Saturn and Uranus and Pluto, the planet of transformation. These three heavy-duty planets are packing all of us quite a punch since the beginning of last year, and will continue to do so for the balance of 2021 into the first few weeks of 2022. So, you know, don't be too hard on yourself. Stay compassionate with yourself, and coming again from a state of peace and calm and elevation, and you can move forward with these energies. You know, you're used to Saturn ruling you, because Saturn is the planet of restriction, and so this detail card is indicative of your planet Saturn, because Saturn is all about details. But the beautiful thing about Saturn is that as restrictive as it can be, once it lays a foundation, it's solid. And that's you, Capricorn. Don't forget that. So let's cut the deck and clarify the Ghostlands card, which is your most recent past energies that you've been navigating out of. And the card that came up was the Chariot. It is the number 7 again. The Chariot did come up in the reverse. Typically when it's in the upright, you've taken the reins, you've taken charge, and you're moving forward. But because it came up in the reverse, again, it's just playing off these recent energies that you've been navigating through. You're not quite sure yet how to move forward, because you're concerned about finance, concerned about your money. You want to move forward, but you have some hesitancy. It's all right, Capricorn. You will get there. It's not going to be that far off in the offing where you're going to be able to know through the details how you're going to fly forward. It's coming, one step at a time. To clarify the Chariot in reverse, we have the World. The World did come up in reverse. I see this as very positive, actually, for you, Capricorn, because the World, when it's in the upright, is considered the cycle of karma. You know, what goes around comes around. And it did come up in the reverse, which tells me, as an intuitive reader, it tells me that you've chosen to drop some negativity that's been around you. Could be from you know, a previous working scenario of some sort. I'm really picking this up, you know, as a profession, a career, perhaps a job that you've been wanting to move out of because you've had enough. in a word. You're tired. And I see this very positive coming up in the reverse, because you are choosing. You have already chosen within your mental self-awareness that you want to walk away from this nonsense. You're dropping bad energies. You're dropping bad karma. You don't want to take all that negative energy and extra heavy load into your new beginning, where you want to fly forward, which you're currently still struggling to do because you're in the throes of releasing these negative energies, which is beautiful to see. I see that as very, very positive, Capricorn. Congratulations. Let's clarify the flying card in the reverse. We have the Six of Wands. Beautiful, Capricorn. Beautiful. This is in your most current energies. It's playing off this Pegasus that's flying upside down right now. You're in the throes of turning it around by moving forward. The Six of Wands is, the wands are considered the elements of fire, and fire is action. And you are on your white horse, and you are moving forward strong. You've got the experiences of the past that you've learned from. You're moving out of them. You're taking the good ones with you, and you're leaving the rest behind, and you are taking action and moving forward. Beautiful to see in your most current energies of whatever it is you want to move forward into, Capricorn, whether it's further studies, whether it's a new career line of work or profession, or a different job perhaps. Whatever it is for you, you're moving forward. Absolutely. Congratulations, Capricorn. And you're strong. You're a Capricorn. You're very successful and you're very strong. To clarify the movement forward card of the Six of Wands, we have the Nine of Cups, which is typically, when it's in the upright, it's the card of wish fulfillment. It did come up in the reverse, and it's not a bad thing. The way I'm reading this is that you're determined to move forward. You're not sure which way you're flying, because you're still kind of flying in, upside down. And the Nine of Cups is indicative to me of just not being certain where it is that you're moving forward, but you've decided to take a leap of faith. I'm surprised the Fool card didn't come out here, because that would confirm a leap of faith. But I feel instinctively that you are looking to move forward in spite of not certain of if your wish will come through in moving forward, but you're willing to take the action toward that. That's what this tells me, and I see that as very positive. So don't lose heart. That's in your most current energies. That's how you're feeling. This is all how you're feeling currently. Now in your forthcoming energies, we have that detail card. That's a very much a Saturn card, and that's you educating yourself on all the details of what you're moving forward and into, of whatever that means for you, Capricorn, because it's going to be different for every Capricorn out there, because there's a lot of you in the world. So generically speaking, you're looking at the details of what you're moving into. And we have the Star card that came out in the reverse. Now the Star card is typically it's a card of Aquarius, which is, interestingly enough, very much the energy that we're in right now with these two full moons in Aquarius, the one that we had on the 23rd at 1 degree, and the one that's forthcoming on the 22nd, which is this Saturday at 29 degrees. So it's coming full circle. This is indicative of you're really paying attention to the details. You're looking at all the details of what it is that you need to help you to move forward, to be the star that you are, because you are a star, Capricorn. You're very hardworking. You're very diligent. You're very mindful. You don't believe that anything. No, it's not really not what I want to say. What I'd like to say is that you don't believe that anything comes to you easily, because you've always worked very hard for it, and that is typically the case of Capricorns. They've got a heavy planet, a big heavy planet that governs their sign, and that's Saturn, which has the rings around it, which is restrictive. And you're still, even though you're looking at the details, you're still feeling restricted by the moves you want to make, but you will make them. You will come out of this and you will turn this around and be the star that you are. So don't lose heart, Capricorn. This is these energies are gonna, play out really heavy here within the next week or 2 weeks. The third card, to clarify the star, beautiful. We have the Page of Cups. This I see as a very spiritual card. It's a message of spirit coming to you, as long as you can find some peace within yourself to get the clarity that you need. You'll be able to hear which direction you're supposed to move forward into. You've got your details here that you're looking at very, very, very diligently. You want to become the star that you are meant to be. Still feeling a little bit restricted by your planet Saturn, but you've got a message of love and abundance coming towards. Whoops, I apologize. Love and abundance coming towards you, and you see this fish coming out of the cup. That's a very spiritual message as well. You are receiving messages that will help you to clarify the details that you need to make your move forward, to turn the star around and really envelop and harness the harvest of this Aquarius full moon that's coming. So don't lose heart, Capricorn. To clarify the balance of this reading, I'm going to pull from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck again. And let's see what we have for the balance of this reading. Whoops. All right. Let's see. Sorry for that kerfuffle back there. One of my boxes fell. All right. So, the overall final message for this reading for Capricorn. Again, thank you all for being with me this evening. Please check out my About page if you're interested in a personal reading. I'd be more than happy to do that for you. And if you would, subscribe, like, and share my channel. It helps it to grow. And I hope that this resonated for a lot of you Capricorns out there. That is my true wish for all of you. Appreciate you being here with me. All right, to clarify the reading, we have Follow the Leader. And it did come up in the upright, which tells me you are indeed listening to the message of spirit, to find the detailed clarities that you need to move forward, to be the star that you are. You have this beautiful tree of life at the top of the hill, and you are walking forward on this path into the light of the divine, and that divine energy is going to help you, Capricorn, very much find the peace and the clarity that you need to make the healthiest decisions for you to move forward and manifest the abundance that is yours. Don't forget, Capricorn, I wish you so many blessings. Absolute pleasure for you to be here with me this evening, and look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. Bye.